Hello everyone and welcome into today's video where we are checking out Solana. I did video on Solana just recently, but there was quite a big development in the price chart, so we will check out that towards the end. And before that we will also check out some fundamental news about the Solana ecosystem. So as always, an early like on the video is very much appreciated. Thank you for doing so, and let's get into the video. So here in this article there are just some highlights from the past month or so. There are now over 400 projects in the Solana ecosystem and still counting. Here we have the highlights as of 16th of August 2021, and down here under we also have for the previous month, for July and June, May and even April, so you can really see what has been going on each month. You have a very nice overview over here, but in this video we will just check out the recent ones for the August 16th. So there is going to be this first ever Solana conference, Breakpoint 2021. If we check out the link, it's here on the Twitter, so we can see it will be held in Lisbon on November 7th to 10th 2021, and there will be a lot of speakers, so I believe a lot of news and interesting information there. And if there is going to be something interesting, I will cover it after the event. Then we have Solana surpassing $1 billion in USDC in circulation, so that's quite a large amount of USDC for still quite a small project like Solana in such a niche space as is the crypto. They now have Marinate Finance live on Solana mainnet, and they have passed 50,000 Solana tokens staked in less than an hour from the mainnet launch. The Solana powered core of Star Atlas is now live. It's the collected marketplace, and if we check it out, it indeed is. It's now in the pre-alpha phase, it seems, and you have collectibles over here which you can trade on the DEX marketplace. We have Aave exploring the Solana expansion of Aave's lending and borrowing markets via the EVM compatible solution of Neon Labs. So if you don't know Aave, I made a video about this project, an overview of this protocol, which you can check out here in the top right hand corner. Basically one of the largest lending and borrowing platforms in the crypto space. Very interesting news. Staking feature is now officially live in Phantom version 09.0 with over $10 million staked 3 days later. This Phantom should not be confused with the other Phantom I made video just a couple of days ago. This is PHANTOM, and the other one is just a pure FANTOM. So as I mentioned down here, you can check more updates from the past couple of months, so June, July, May and also April. And even down here we have the previous highlights, but just without a date on them. So here is pretty much the whole history about the Solana ecosystem highlights right in one article. With this out of the way, we can jump into the price charts, and I will show you big development that has happened since the last video I made. I believe video was posted around those places. We were inside this uptrending price channel over here, and if we zoom out, these price channels are quite significant because Solana is one of the few altcoins which is following those all-time long price channels, going all the way from the beginning, from the launch of this token, all the way up until now. They are still relevant, these uptrending supports and resistances over here. So for sure these are very respectable and quite important trend lines to check out. And pretty much since the last video we've managed to break this resistance over here with a quite strong move, and we are continuing to heading higher. At the moment we did a little bit of a backtest of this support line now over here, and we are pretty much in the middle of this channel right now. This move was actually quite big, so the first leg was about 70 to 80%, and if we take out it to the current price, it's over 130%. Why is it significant? Again, these trend lines are very respectable. We can see multiple tags along the way. Peg here in the February acting as a resistance, also here in the June and towards the end of June, and here previously even at the beginning of the Solana project in May 2020. So breaking this resistance is quite an important development. However, now there is this question if this price is sustainable and will hold up, or if there is gonna be some kind of a short-term correction to those support levels, or even if the price can head higher. For this we will jump into the Solana to Bitcoin ratio to get a better idea, but just before that I want to show you these horizontal supports as well. They are not just these uptrending trend lines, but we can also see some horizontal supports and resistances. So this one, for example, was quite a major one. We've stayed above this one pretty much since the April of 2021 with a couple of tags over here along the way, and now recently we've managed to break out this resistance, which also kept the price in since pretty much the April 2021, and we've even broke this previous all-time high resistance over here. So this is a pretty strong development with a really nice backtest over here. So if there is any case of a short-term correction, I think there's a high chance the price will stay above those supports over here, or maybe even above this uptrending support over here. However, getting a better idea about the price, we now check out the Solana to Bitcoin ratio as well. So not in relation to the US dollar, but in relation to the major crypto, which is Bitcoin. And we can see that we are also at the all-time highs of this ratio at the moment. Another thing we can see is this price channel over here going all the way back from December 2020. So just from the beginning of 2021 pretty much, and inside this channel this ratio has stayed for a couple of months just until June 2021. So we can say that this price channel is also a pretty respectable indicator for any time of short-term corrections or to get a better idea about the price supports, etc. And now we can see that we are heading pretty much straight towards the lower support of this price channel, which is now actually acting as a resistance. So it will be quite difficult for this ratio to get inside to this price channel. I think there is much higher chance that this ratio will come down shortly, because we've had quite a large run over here with a bit of a backtest, which actually corresponds quite nicely with this kind of a support over here. And also on the momentum indicator down over here we can see quite a large momentum swing over here, which is pretty much at its all-time highs. We can see down here in the August or September 2020 there was quite a big momentum, and then also in the April and May there were big swings again. However, now it's really off the charts, it seems. However, after such a large move upwards, I think it's very unlikely that the price will manage to break in this price channel. This is quite a strong resistance now, and I would favor a scenario with a bit of a sideways consolidation, maybe even a short-term correction towards these levels before heading higher anytime soon. Also, if we check out the Bitcoin itself, we can see that after these huge runs over here, the Bitcoin has started to slow down a little bit. We can see it on the momentum indicator as well. It is starting to plateau a little bit now, which could play in favor of Solana, because if the Bitcoin goes sideways or even goes down a little bit, the ratio of Solana to Bitcoin can rise up much more easily than, for example, if Bitcoin is doing a fairly large move upwards. So in conclusion, I think that Solana is now at a very good place with a plenty of support over here and over here. However, in the short term, I see some at least sideways consolidation before any larger move up, mainly because we've had a really large move up already, over 130% since the last video, and from this bottom down here in the middle of July pretty much, it has been rising and pretty much reached 340% gains in just 42 days. But again, in the crypto space, pretty much anything is possible, and we can see that above these levels there is not much resistance at all. We are at the all-time highs, so anything is possible. But now I think it's not not an objective point to start a long-term position in Solana if you are not planning to day trade Solana, for example. And this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If so, please smash the like button to help this channel out in the YouTube algorithm, and you can also subscribe for more crypto content to come in the future. And with this, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!